All right, I think we're good. Tough act to follow, Luca Netz, my goodness. Wow, what an incredible just pioneer in the space. So great to hear him. But we have an amazing guest joining us. I've had the pleasure of getting to know Alina over the last couple of months, and she's doing really innovative things with RWA. Before we even kind of get into the questions, let's just do a little hand raising here. Does everybody know what an RWA is or how it relates to the blockchain? Give me a show of hands if that's a yes. So about 50% of the room. All right, so of those people, how many people actually have a tokenized real-world asset? All right, this is your audience. So I guess for those who don't know, can you, Alina, first of all, just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about 101, and also for those who are brand new to it, what is a real-world asset on-chain?
Yeah, thank you for having me. Thank you for staying, guys. So now when all the kids gone, sorry, we're going to have conversation with other people. So yeah, I'm the CEO of 10101.ART. Thank you for having me today. I just came back from Indonesia, so I'm crazy frozen here. I had 2 pair of socks and 2 trousers. I don't know how you're doing this here. Yeah, and my background is in finance sphere. I used to work there for around 10 years, also including banking and different DeFi projects. And yeah, after that, I started to know more about Web3 and blockchain and this industry. And since my very childhood, I understood how art influences our daily life and our world and how we see it and how we see ourselves. So when I got a chance on working on these 2 main passions of my life, I was like super excited about it. So yeah, this is how 10101 started a couple of years ago. And we use RWA tokenization. So for those who are unfamiliar with this, it is like when you take any physical object and put ownership rights onto the blockchain, and so you can sell it in just 2 clicks. No more bureaucracy, no more like bunch of documents and people who you have to connect with. You just go online and you just sell it, whatever it is, like paintings or real estate or any other objects.
So we're seeing obviously a lot of activity in the RWA space. We're seeing this, with real estate, with luxury goods. I was just talking to somebody who's tokenizing, luxury handbags. But with art, I feel like, particularly with art, it's been traditionally such a gate-kept opportunity, right? It's for the privileged few. It's the blue chip collectors. And I think when we start to talk about RWA, the thing that's exciting to me is just democratizing access. So I think for those who are new to this technology, let's talk a little bit about which pieces that you first decided to roll with, and why perhaps you were drawn to those particular artists.
Yes, sure. Thank you for the question. For now, in our collection, we have different paintings from Picasso, Warhol, Dali, Banksy, and it was pretty exciting journey to collect all those pieces because, as I mentioned, I'm from banking sphere, and when I had to start working with art sphere, like with classic art market, and like all the myths you know about it, they are true. It's like super closed society where you have to know people to actually see the piece, to buy a piece, to buy a good piece. So I'm super happy that we have amazing art experts who work with us on the daily basis, so they know the people who you have to communicate with. And some of our first masterpieces were from Warhol. Andy Warhol Campbell's soup. It's like super rare piece, and it was collected from private collection from United States. And we had joint exhibition in Dubai recently, so people were amazed that we have this piece because it was previously hidden in private collection. And now, thanks to our project, it is possible to see this. And there are a bunch of masterpieces hidden in like free ports or in private yachts. And thanks to our project, our deeper mission is to bring the power to people who really appreciate and value art so that they can decide how this industry is going to develop in the near future.
That's such an interesting point because, I live right outside of New York City, and I can definitely speak to what Alina has shared. Like, a lot of the galleries are by invitation only. You can't just walk in off the street. You have to have an invitation. I'd actually visited an art warehouse once in New York City, and it housed billions of dollars worth of art, and I actually found it really depressing because you have Rothkos and Basquiat's, and they're all just kind of covered in blankets. Like, nobody's getting to see that, and you think that's kind of like losing the intent of probably what the art meant to the artist. So I think that's just such an interesting angle that you are bringing these works that may just be sitting in a warehouse to the people, right? So, I think when we were talking previously, I was saying how, the space that we exist in right now, it's a flex to have a CryptoPunk. It's a flex to have now a penguin, clearly. But I think art has been a flex, right, over time. Do you think this model that you're crafting is going to kind of bring art to be like, instead of seeing somebody with a CryptoPunk, maybe they'll have a Warhol as their PFP? Do you see that happening?
To be honest, it really depends on the audience, because we separate it onto more like crypto enthusiasts who are crazy about all the buzz and all the stuff. So yeah, for them, we have merchandise like this. So yeah, you can wear it anywhere if you really own Picasso from our project, because this is what you actually get. And we also were really happy to see among our audience people who are actually older, like 30 years older and like 40, and they're crazy about social impact that our project brings, because they really worry about permanent trends and not going deeper than that. So they're really excited about this opportunity to bring art back to people and to make it closer to us, because since some time contemporary art became further and further from public. So what we expect is to change the whole industry and how artists see it and how they communicate with the audience. So yeah.
It's amazing, and I'm so excited about what you're building. Let's talk a little bit about the tech. Obviously smart contracts is kind of the underpin of everything that you're doing. Why that decision? Why not just tokenize and sell kind of shares in that traditional manner? What was the decision to kind of do this on-chain based on?
Yeah, so after all the hype around NFT as digital images, we look actually at the technology that behind that, and NFT is actually not digital image, it's technology. So when someone approaches me and say hey, you do NFT, and I'm always ask it depends on what you know about this, because blockchain is perfect for our project. It's perfect regarding transferring ownership rights using just blockchain, just your personal account on our website. And we saw this opportunity that this is perfect for us. This is perfect to start with art, and probably in the near future to go into other fields and to bring more physical objects using blockchain technology. And another thing that is in our upcoming future is to give in royalties to artists to motivate them to do bigger impact on our society. So in the near future, we see this as artists create something, and from their very place where they did their art, it is on our platform, and they can get the royalty no matter how many years passed.
So you're thinking beyond just the masters, you're thinking about the emerging talent that's coming through as well. That's awesome.
Yeah, we have these ideas, and we have this in work that using our platform, we also gonna tell the world about young artists who just start their way, and to show what they create and to actually support them. So yeah, it's a bigger mission and idea behind that.
So one of the things that I love about this initiative is that you are not just an online and on-chain business. You have a physical space in Dubai, but it is only accessible for those that hold a token. So if you own, and just for context, you can go right now to 1001's website and you can, I think for $150 or $250, buy a fraction of either a Picasso, not a Picasso, a Banksy.
Warhol.
A Warhol, I'm sorry, one of the three. And you can do that right now. And by doing that, it unlocks access to the gallery to go and actually visit the piece that you partially own. So talk to us a little bit more about like those other kind of, I hate to use the word utility, but those additional benefits that collectors will have.
Yes, sure. If you buy pieces today, you can even get physical certificates that we have with us, so you can actually have like your name on it. Yeah, so I have to a little bit correct you here because the gallery is open for everyone. And yeah, we have our first gallery in Dubai, but I hate saying this here in Paris because people are like, why not in Paris? Like, who needs it in Dubai? We're like, okay, Paris is gonna be next. No worries. So yeah, we have some other galleries that will be open around the Europe as well. So no worries, guys. And for the owners, we have a lot of benefits, and it also depends on what purpose do you like have coming to our platform, because we have a lot of instruments for crypto enthusiasts like secondary market and art portfolio and all the opportunity to get all the buzz around that. And regarding for those who are more like art collectors, who are more into art and the influence and the impact that we have, for those people we have, for example, DAO mechanics, where people will be able to actually vote for the destiny of the painting. So, for example, they can choose where this painting will be exhibited, or where it can be traveling, or, for example, if they want it to be sold offline, or, for example, they want it to be burned. Sorry about that. I see horror in your eyes.
Oh my gosh, wow. I mean, it's kind of fascinating because you could essentially as well, you could collect multiple pieces, right? So you could own a certain segment because it is randomly generated, the NFT as well, right? So it's not, you can't select which part.
At initial sale, no, but on the secondary market, yes, you can already choose, but the price may vary.
Interesting. So who's going to want, sorry, 10101 right now, please do it. It's 10101, I'm sorry, 10101.ART. Go check it out. But just to touch on, because there are challenges, you know, building something like this. Like, what's been some of the struggles along the way with putting things together?
Yeah, the biggest struggle that we face during all the years that we're creating this project is definitely a regulatory part and legal part of this project, because we see many projects trying to do the same, but when we see a new project, we just run into their terms and conditions, checking if they actually do what we do, like transferring real ownership rights to original masterpiece, and nobody does that because it's crazy and regulatory field. Because yeah, we have big legal team who work on that on the daily basis. Regulations are changing all the time, so you have to follow, like you have to pursue different conditions depending on jurisdiction, because in each jurisdiction they see this differently. Yeah, so this is my favorite question because we work so hard on that and nobody asks that. So yeah, it's just super crazy. So yeah, this is our main and biggest challenge no matter what.
I'm going to point out something really obvious, but it's really refreshing to see a woman at the helm of, you know, such an amazing brand. It is this industry. Just look around. We are few and far between. So I want to give you your flowers for, yeah, absolutely. Give you your flowers for building in conditions that are often challenging where you are in the minority. So definitely props to you for that. I guess just, how do you see the demographic of art collectors changing now that we are able to kind of democratize this? Do you think we see a whole swath of change in that respect?
To be honest, this is a tough one because we actually create different instruments for different, I can say, countries in most, and we were super excited to get a lot of positive feedback, especially in Europe, because here you don't have to explain people that the art is a basic value. They just know it. And for example, in United States, when you approach people, they are more about the story of the team, about the story of the gallery, the CEO, anyone, like they're crazy about this. So it really varies depending on who you approach, and you hear different questions, and I'm super excited to be here, because if you come to our booth here at NFT Paris, please challenge me, because I love hearing your negative thoughts about this, because every time I hear it, we get better and better, and this is treasure for us.
I have one for you, and it actually came from somebody who's in our team today, so let's put you on the spot. What happens if somebody steals the painting?
This is why we chose Dubai. On the first place, not Paris. I'm sorry, Parisian, but I'm holding my phone like this all the time, being here. I don't know, thank God I didn't have any experience, but when I came here, like, people told me, like, be aware all the time. I'm like, okay, after Dubai, it's been pretty hard doing here. So yeah, in Dubai, first of all, it's like super safe, and our gallery is located in Ritz-Carlton. It's 5-star hotel in the very city center. So we also have like all the insurance, what was really another story, because when we approached insurance companies asking them like, can we like insure? They're like, okay, who is the owner? We're like, there are a lot of owners.
1,500
yeah,
owners.
like 1,500 owners, and they're like, okay, do you know their names? We're like, we have kind of wallets, crypto wallets, addresses, and they're like, okay. So we got rejections in so many of them. But it was another challenge for us, to be honest. It was so much fun telling them about this. So yeah, so it's insurance, it's security systems, and everything. Like, yeah, it was fun having flood in Dubai last April, like saving all the paintings. It was... I have so many stories to tell you.
So for everybody who wants to come and check out your booth, you have a fabulous booth. What is the situation with merchandise? Because this is something that is a benefit and a flex for anybody who does go ahead and buy something from any of these collections. So what is the benefit?
So for our collectors, we are creating special clothes and jewelry collections. It will depend, like what you can get, it will depend on the level of your collections that you have. And it's still in production. We're testing right now, seeing the feedback. So yeah, right now you can get the certificate of ownership, but we have a lot of physical stuff that can support you in our project, that can support your desire to be part of this, because so many people, like, they want something physical that confirms their rights. So yeah, we're gonna also have like physical copies of original painting with supporting certificate of ownership. So we have a bunch of ideas of this as well.
I love the creativity that's being considered here. So I guess anything that we've not touched on that you'd want people to know about what you're building?
Oh, I think I have so many things to tell you. We will meet soon at X-Space. I think anyone can join Times Pieces. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna have like a lot of time to discuss deeper questions regarding this. And please, if you still have any questions, come to our booth and please challenge me.
Ladies and gents, please give it up for Alina, and definitely go check out their booth.
Thank you. Thank you so much.